Hi, I'm Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag, which is one of my favourite tags. I just love that kind of progress marker, just how things are going. And you know, people's favourites, people's least favourites. It's just fun and interesting, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Just a side note, don't look at my top shelf. Most of my books from it are somewhere else because I need to take pictures for Instagram. And I forgot about that, and now it's just missing half the books. So there's going to be a lot of inserting pictures in this video because that's all my favourites. But yes, let's get started. So my goal for this year was to read 45 books, and I've actually read 55. I am beyond impressed with myself because this is the most I have ever read in a year, and I'm only just shy of halfway through, so I'm very impressed with myself, and I'm really pleased because I've loved so many of the books I've read this year. You're going to see with the first question, I can't pick a favourite. I have a list. So the first prompt is your favourite books of the year so far, and I've got a full list, but the only one I actually have with me is the Falling in Love montage by Kira Smith. The other books that I don't have with me to show you right now include I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver, Queen of Coin and Whispers by Helen Corcoran, Camp by Elsie Rosen, The Extraordinaries by T.J. Clune, Hideous Beauty by William Hussey, Music from Another World by Robin Talley, and Running with the Lions by Julian Winters. So I have a big long list. I've just had such a good reading year. I've had so many 5 stars that I just cannot pick a single one. But I've loved all of these so much. And yes, I wanted to talk about them all, but we don't have time for me to go into detail on any of them. The next prompt is best sequel you've read so far this year, and I've actually not read many sequels this year, so I've got a very limited pool from which I can choose, but I'm gonna go with Winter by Marissa Meyer. I finally read the Lunar Chronicles this year, and I felt that the series just got better as it went on, and this last book was just very good, and I loved an awful lot. So this is definitely one of the best. Another one I loved was The Edge of the Abyss, which is the sequel to The Abyss Surrounds Us. This was just the perfect conclusion to the duology, and I just really enjoyed it. The next prompt is a new release that you haven't read yet, and that is The Henna Wars by Adiba J. Gudar for me. There's so many that came out this year that I really want to read, but The Henna Wars just tops the list. It's one that I need to get to immediately as soon as possible. I'm just looking forward to it so much. It is FF, you've got a lesbian main character, it is set in Ireland, it's rivals to lovers, and really explores the intersection of Muslim and queer identities and its own voices, and I'm just very excited to read it. The next prompt is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and for me that is without a doubt Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. I cannot wait for this book. I've been excited about it for so long. It's Latinx, you've got a trans gay main character and that's own voices, and there's ghosts and romance, and I'm just very excited about it. The next prompt is your biggest disappointment, and for me that would be Circe by Madeline Miller. I loved Song of Achilles by this author, and I was just really hoping to love this one as well. It comes very highly recommended, but I just did not like it. I was very bored the whole time, and yeah, I just wasn't a fan. The next prompt is your biggest surprise, and for me that is The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. This is a book that has been sitting on my shelf for years, and I'd been putting off getting to it because I just kind of hyped up in my head as this really difficult and dense book for some odd reason, and it was not even slightly. It was really good, and I just flew through it and the sequel, and I really loved them an awful lot more than I was expecting. The next prompt is favourite new author, and I'm honestly not sure because I've read from so many new authors, either debut or new to me this year, and I just do not know, but I think I'll say Elsie Rosen. I've read two of his books, both the YA ones, and I really, really enjoyed them both. This author manages to include some really difficult, important discussions within his books, but they remain this really light and fun books at the same time. You know, you've got a cute summer romance, you've just got this really positive and both of them very queer positive books, and I just really, really enjoyed them and recommend them. The next prompt is your new fictional crush, and I don't really get fictional crushes, but how could I not choose Rosie from the Falling in Love montage when this iconic tweet exists? I loved her and Saoirse, the main character's relationship, so much, and Rosie's just so positive. And this actually ties into the next prompt, which is new favourite character, and for me that is Saoirse from this book. I've just really loved this book and its characters, and the way that they are written is just so real. They feel so real to me, and I just love that an awful lot, and I really identified with Saoirse, the main character, and loved it a lot, so yes. The next prompt is a book that made you cry, and I have cried more this year than in the past few years while reading, I have to say, but the one that had the most impact would definitely be Hideous Beauty by William Hussey. This is a very gorgeous thriller, kind of mystery, and it's got a gay romance at its core, and you know going in that the love interest dies, and it is a lot more upsetting than I thought it would be to read about, and I ended up crying a few times through this book. It was just very impactful and emotional, but also very hopeful. The next prompt is a book that made you happy, and I've read so many just cute, fun, queer books, and a lot of them have made me happy, but once again I'm bringing up The Falling in Love montage by Kira Smith. This book made me so happy, it made me feel so seen, and I just really enjoyed it, and enjoyed reading it, and I want so many more books like this. I was just very happy the whole time I was reading it, and whenever I think about it, and I just loved it a lot. The next prompt is the most beautiful book you've bought or received this year, and I've not bought too many books this year, I must admit, but I received The Black Flamingo this week, and it is gorgeous. I love this cover so much. I love the gold and just everything about it, and this is a book I'm very excited to read. I've been kind of putting it off because I've not read a book in verse before and it scares me a bit, but I've seen so many good quotes, I've seen so many people love it, and I just want to love it as well. The final prompt is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? And I have got a whole list. There are so many, and I'm definitely leaving some out, and I just have so many I'm so excited about. I've not been this excited about reading new books for so long, and I'm really loving it. So I'm going to start off with some books that I actually own and have on my shelf. This year, you might not know, I decided to challenge myself to read at least half of the books I own on my shelf and half the number of unread books I have, and I've nearly done that despite buying new books and adding them on and it being very confusing, but I'm quite proud of that, and I need to keep going with that because I've been a bit lax recently. But first up is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nagan. I'm hoping to read this next month. I'm beyond excited. I can't wait. I just want to love it so much. And then next is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I loved The Night Circus. I really want to read this. I've seen so many people love it. I'm very excited. Next up is The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Emily M. Danforth. Aaron sent this to me, who also talks about sapphic books on YouTube. I might link her down below because this is her favourite book of all time, and that's made me even more excited to read it. And yes, I can't wait. Also, look, it's got rainbow pages. I love it. Then, once again, The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta, which I talked about earlier. And the final book I actually already own is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid's other book, Daisy Jones and the Six, and I'm so excited about this one. So many people I know and follow and love it, and I'm very excited to read it. So the books that I don't already own, so we've got two I've already mentioned, which is The Henna Wars and Cemetery Boys. I'm so excited for both of them. There's also Loveless by Alice Oseman. There's also Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Bashardoust and The Midnight Lie by Marie Rakowski. And I'm so excited for both of these. They're both sapphic. Apparently they both do the yearning very, very well. I'm just very excited to read them both. And that's just some off the top of my head I'm beyond excited for, but there are so many more. I know that there must be some more I put in my LGBT Rex video, so you can check that out for some more. But I'm very, very excited for the rest of the year and to get to these books. So thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you with another video soon.